The day I turned 18 was meant to be a celebration of newfound independence and the promise of exciting possibilities ahead. I woke up to a barrage of cheerful messages from friends and family, all welcoming me to adulthood. Little did I know that a somber phone call later that day would shatter the joyful facade. I was sitting in my dimly lit room, contemplating my plans for the day, when my phone rang. The unfamiliar number displayed the name of a law firm that I vaguely recognized. Curiosity piqued. I answered the call. A composed voice on the other end introduced itself as the lawyer responsible for executing my parents' will. My heart raced as I listened, struggling to comprehend the words being spoken. My parents, whom I had spoken to just a few days ago, were involved in a car accident. The news hit me like a freight train, leaving me breathless and disoriented. I clutched the phone, my mind racing as the lawyer explained that my parents had designated me as the legal guardian of my 10-year-old sister, Lily. Their abrupt departure from my life was enough to leave me reeling, but the realization that I was now responsible for Lily added a weight I couldn't fathom. As the lawyer's words sank in, I felt a mix of emotions, grief and shock, intertwined with a sense of duty and responsibility. It wasn't just the loss of my parents that I had to come to terms with. It was the sudden thrust into a role I felt unprepared for. The lawyer explained the legal proceedings that would follow, the paperwork I needed to complete, and the arrangements I needed to make. My world was spinning, and I struggled to process it all. In the midst of the conversation, I managed to ask about Lily's well-being. She was safe, staying with a family friend for the time being. Relief washed over me at the thought that she wasn't alone during this upheaval. The call ended, leaving me alone with a jumble of emotions and a newfound sense of purpose. Sitting on my bed, I looked around my room that had suddenly become a cocoon of memories. Posters of my favorite bands and mementos of my carefree teenage years adorned the walls, a stark contrast to the weighty decision I now faced. The journey ahead was uncertain, and I grappled with questions about how I could possibly balance the demands of guardianship with my own aspirations. As I stared out of the window, the world outside seemed to blur into insignificance. My 18th birthday had given me the key to adulthood, but it had also thrust me into a new reality, one that demanded maturity, sacrifice, and resilience beyond my years. With a deep breath, I picked up my phone to make that first call to Lily, promising her that no matter what, I was there for her. And so, in that moment, a decision was made that would forever alter the course of my life. The days that followed the life-altering phone call were a whirlwind of emotions and responsibilities. The reality of becoming a legal guardian at 18 hit me like a ton of bricks. My life, which had been on the cusp of exciting possibilities, had now taken a detour into uncharted territory. I remember standing in my parents' house, surrounded by memories of a life that felt like a distant dream. The scent of familiarity hung in the air, but it was now mingled with an undercurrent of sadness. The realization that my parents would never walk through the door again was a heavy truth to bear. The house, once bustling with their presence, now felt like a quiet reminder of their absence. Amidst the mourning, practical considerations loomed large. I had just graduated from high school and had tentative plans for college and a part-time job, but those plans suddenly seemed like distant echoes. My focus shifted from envisioning my own future to ensuring a stable one for Lily. In those initial days, my extended family rallied around us, offering support and guidance. Conversations with aunts, uncles, and family friends were filled with advice about parenting, legalities, and the logistics of guardianship. They assured me that while the path ahead would be challenging, I wasn't alone in navigating it. However, external reassurances couldn't dispel the internal doubts that crept in. Could I truly fulfill this role? Was I equipped to provide Lily with the love, guidance, and stability she needed during such a tumultuous time? It was a daunting prospect, but I knew that I couldn't let fear dictate my decisions. Legal proceedings began, and I found myself immersed in a world of paperwork and meeting. The title of guardian came with a stack of responsibilities and decisions I hadn't been prepared for. School arrangements, medical decisions, and financial considerations suddenly fell under my purview. While the weight of these responsibilities was overwhelming, I was determined to ensure Lily's well-being. I reached out to friends who had experience with parenting. seeking advice and reassurance. Their stories of struggles and triumphs provided a glimmer of hope and a reminder that no one had all the answers from the start. I started reading books and articles on parenting, attending support groups for young guardians, and absorbing as much information as I could. The emotional journey was no less tumultuous. Lily's presence was a bittersweet reminder of the family we had lost, and watching her come to terms with the loss of our parents was both heart-wrenching and humbling. She exhibited a resilience that left me in awe, and I realized that my role wasn't just about providing for her material needs. It was about being a pillar of strength in her life. As the weeks turned into months, I settled into my new role with a mix of determination and apprehension. Our lives had undergone a seismic shift, and I was tasked with shaping our new reality. While the uncertainty of the journey still loomed large, one thing became clear. I was committed to giving Lily the best possible chance at a bright future, even if it meant rewriting my own plans in the process. The first few months of my journey as a young guardian were marked by a steep learning curve and a series of challenges that tested my resolve. While I had embraced the role with determination, the practicalities of parenting a 10-year-old while barely out of my teens were far more complex than I could have anticipated. One of the immediate challenges was finding a balance between my responsibilities as Lily's guardian and the personal pursuits I had envisioned for myself. I had dreams of pursuing higher education and a career, but suddenly, those aspirations had to be placed on hold as I grappled with school meetings, doctor's appointments, and the everyday demands of parenting. It was a delicate dance between my own needs and Lily's, a balancing act that required constant adjustment. Our routines evolved slowly. Mornings were a whirlwind of preparing breakfast, packing lunches, and ensuring Lily was ready for school. Afternoons turned into a mix of homework sessions, playtime, and discussions about her day. I found myself juggling tasks I had never imagined, from cooking dinner to helping her with bedtime routines. The quiet moments I'd once taken for granted were now rare and cherished. Lily's grief was a constant undercurrent in our lives. We had open conversations about her feelings, and I encouraged her to express herself in any way she felt comfortable. Some days were marked by tears and sadness, while others saw glimpses of her radiant smile. I often found myself grappling with my own grief while also being a pillar of support for her. It was emotionally taxing, but it also solidified our bond. Navigating the complexities of guardianship also meant dealing with legal matters and financial responsibilities. Budgeting became an essential skill, as I had to manage household expenses, school fees, and unexpected costs that arose. The weight of these practicalities sometimes felt overwhelming, but I reminded myself that every decision I made was for Lily's well-being. Social interactions posed their own set of challenges. As my friends embraced their newfound freedoms, I felt a sense of isolation at times. The late-night hangouts and carefree outings were a distant memory, replaced by responsibilities that set me apart from my peers. While it was easy to feel left out, I found solace in the growing connection between Lily and me. Amidst the challenges, there were moments of unexpected joy and triumph. Watching Lily excel in school, make new friends, and explore her interests filled me with pride. Our shared laughter and heart conversations became the silver lining in the midst of uncertainty. I marveled at her resilience, her ability to adapt to the changes in her life, and her unwavering trust in me as her guardian. As the months went by, the challenges slowly transformed into opportunities for growth. While there were days when doubts and exhaustion weighed heavily on me, I realized that the journey of parenting wasn't meant to be perfect. It was about embracing imperfections and learning from mistakes, all while providing a safe and nurturing environment for Lily to flourish. As the reality of my role as Lily's guardian settled in, I came to understand the significance of building a solid support system around us. The challenges we faced were formidable, but the journey became more manageable with the help and guidance of friends, family, and newfound allies. At the forefront of this support network were my extended family members. They stepped in not only to offer emotional support, but also to assist with the practical aspects of guardianship. Their advice, experience, and willingness to share the burden made an immense difference. From helping with household tasks to providing guidance on parenting decisions, their presence was a constant reminder that we were not alone in this journey. Beyond family, I discovered the power of reaching out to others who were navigating similar paths. Online forums and local support groups for young guardians became invaluable resources. Connecting with peers who understood the unique challenges of parenting at a young age offered a sense of belonging and a space to share experiences. We exchanged stories, advice, and strategies for managing the daily demands of guardianship. One of the most unexpected sources of support came from Lily's school community. Teachers and school counselors went above and beyond to provide assistance and understanding. They offered flexibility when I needed to attend appointments or handle unexpected situations, and they were quick to offer guidance when it came to Lily's academic and emotional well-being. Their empathy and willingness to collaborate made me feel like we were part of a larger, caring community. Friends played a crucial role in maintaining a sense of normalcy in both our lives. Their unwavering support extended beyond mere words. They embraced Lily as part of our circle and included her in their activities. These interactions not only brought joy to Lily's life, but also gave me a chance to recharge and enjoy moments of respite. In the midst of the challenges, Lily's resilience and positive spirit were a constant source of motivation. Her laughter and curiosity reminded me of the importance of finding joy in the little things. We embarked on adventures together, explored new hobbies, and created memories that were uniquely ours. These shared experiences reinforced the idea that while our circumstances were unconventional, our bond was unbreakable. As Lily continued to adjust to her new life, her individuality began to shine through. She developed her own interests and talents, revealing a determination that mirrored her parents' spirit. Encouraging her to pursue her passions became an integral part of my role, and I found joy in witnessing her growth and accomplishments. The challenge of finding equilibrium between my desires and Lily's needs was a constant juggling act. There were moments of frustration and guilt as I wrestled with the reality that pursuing my own dreams sometimes meant compromising on time spent with Lily. However, I came to realize that my journey was an opportunity to teach her about the importance of self-care, ambition, and resilience. Education was a priority for both of us. As Lily continued her schooling, I looked into opportunities for myself. I pursued online courses and explored options for part-time work that could accommodate our schedule. While it was a daunting prospect, the pursuit of education and a career became an essential component of our lives, shaping a future that held promise for both of us. Adapting to the demands of education and work while raising Lily required careful planning and organization. I established routines that carved out dedicated time for studying and professional development. Lily, too, learned to appreciate the structure and stability that these routines provided. While striking this balance was challenging, it wasn't without its rewards. The moments when I shared my achievements with Lily, whether it was acing an exam or landing a job interview, became opportunities to show her the value of hard work and perseverance. She witnessed firsthand that challenges could be overcome with dedication and determination. One of the most important lessons I learned during this time was the significance of self-care. As a young guardian, it was easy to become consumed by the responsibilities and worries that came with the role. However, I realized that taking care of myself wasn't just a luxury. It was essential for my well-being and, in turn, for Lily's well-being. I found solace in exercise, reading, and spending time with friends, using those moments to recharge and regain perspective. The balancing act remained a central theme, but it evolved into a more harmonious rhythm. The challenges we faced together had fortified our bond, allowing us to navigate the complexities of our roles with greater ease. As we approached the horizon of Chapter 6, I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in how far we had come and a growing excitement for the future that lay ahead. Lily's evolving personality and interests became more pronounced during this phase. She developed a strong sense of individuality, and I encouraged her to explore her passions and hobbies. We embarked on joint ventures, trying out new recipes in the kitchen, engaging in art projects, and even embarking on small outdoor adventures. These activities not only enriched our connection, but also helped Lily discover her strengths and talents. Our conversations transitioned from surface-level discussions to deeper, meaningful exchanges. We talked about our dreams, fears, and aspirations. Lily, in her own unique way, offered perspectives that often surprised me and made me realize that, despite our age difference, she had a wisdom beyond her years. She became a source of inspiration, teaching me the value of embracing curiosity, resilience, and the beauty of living in the present moment. As we navigated this phase together, we faced challenges that tested our patience and communication skills. Lily's teenage years brought with them a new set of emotions and complexities. We encountered disagreements and misunderstandings, but these moments provided opportunities for growth and learning. Through open dialogue and mutual understanding, we found ways to bridge the generation gap and strengthen our connection. Lily's social interactions also expanded, introducing new dynamics into our lives. Friendships played a significant role in her life, and I encouraged her to build relationships that would support her growth. Meeting her friends and being a part of her social circle allowed me to understand her world better and foster a sense of trust between us. At the same time, I continued to pursue my own aspirations. As I delved deeper into my education and work, Lily became a pillar of support, cheering me on in my endeavors. The foundation of mutual respect we had established allowed us to celebrate each other's achievements and provide a source of comfort during setbacks. One of the most cherished aspects of this chapter was the shared laughter and simple moments of joy. We watched movies together, had picnics in the park, and engaged in endless conversations about life's mysteries. Our relationship had transformed from a guardianship into a partnership, with each of us contributing to the other's growth and happiness. Lily's academic journey continued to flourish, and she began exploring her interests more deeply. We had conversations about her aspirations and the paths she wanted to pursue. I encouraged her to dream big and provided guidance on the steps she could take to turn those dreams into reality. Our talks were marked by a sense of excitement and possibility as we navigated the world of college and career options together. For me, this chapter involved decisions about my own educational and professional pursuits. The sacrifices I had made during the earlier phases of guardianship were beginning to yield results. I started pursuing higher education and actively seeking out opportunities that aligned with my passions. Balancing these pursuits with my role as Lily's guardian remained a challenge, but the foundation we had built allowed us to navigate this phase with a greater sense of ease. As Lily's guardian, I also recognized the importance of providing her with a stable and supportive environment. We discussed her hopes and fears, and I encouraged her to be open about her feelings. I wanted her to know that no matter what choices she made, I would be there to support her every step of the way. This chapter was also about building a network of mentors and role models for Lily. We reached out to individuals who could provide guidance in her chosen field of interest. Whether it was connecting with professionals, attending workshops, or participating in relevant events, we sought to expose Lily to a world of possibilities and inspire her to strive for excellence. Looking toward the future meant confronting the reality of change. We had grown so accustomed to the routines and dynamics we had established that the thought of transitioning into a new phase felt both exciting and bittersweet. Lily's increasing independence was a testament to her growth, but it also signaled a shift in our dynamic. It was a reminder that my role as her guardian was evolving, and that both of us were preparing to step into new roles and responsibilities. This chapter was about transition, anticipation, and embracing change. It was a reminder that our journey was far from over, and that each phase had brought us closer to the ultimate goal of nurturing a young individual who was poised to make her mark on the world. As our story reached its final chapter, the theme that emerged was one of unbreakable bonds, a testament to the journey we had undertaken, the challenges we had overcome, and the unyielding connection that had grown between Lily and me. This chapter was about reflection, gratitude, and the realization that our journey was not just about guardianship, but about the transformative power of love, resilience, and shared experiences. Lily was now a young adult, ready to step confidently into the world. Our conversations had evolved from advice on school projects to discussions about life goals. Looking back on the hurdles we had faced, it was clear that our journey had been marked by growth on multiple levels. Our shared experiences had also fortified our bond in ways I hadn't. As our story came to a close, I realized that while the challenges of adopting my sister at 18 had been immense, the rewards were immeasurable. Our journey wasn't just a narrative of struggle. As I looked at Lily, standing at the threshold of her future, I couldn't help but feel a mixture of pride